There's going to be some growing pains in some places. I think that's what we learned. The place where there isn't going to be any, they just picked right up, right where they left off. Maybe even better somehow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is awesome.
Oh, my God.
How cool is he?
Yeah, he's the best.
He is so good at football. It's almost like it's some other quarterbacks, if they lose their guy, and this is not a shot at anybody, although it's going to sound like a shot at somebody.
Sure.
Don't want it to be a shot. Because it's not just a shot at the quarterback. I think it's a shot as the entire organization because what Kansas City Chiefs have put an emphasis on in surrounding Patrick Mahomes with versus maybe some other places that might sound like a shot to. With that being said, you lose Tyreek Hill, you think, oh, you're fucked. Tyreek Hill's one of one, still is one of one.
Yep.
Going to change the game in a positive way for the Miami Dolphins. You lose somebody like that, you think to yourself, oh, they're not going to be able to make up for it. Patrick Mahomes don't give a fuck.
No.
He is so good. Dissecting defenses, figuring out where to go, getting the ball to all his playmakers. Now, Travis Kelce is going to go on to break every single record and should be in the conversation the greatest tight end of all time more. And he's not because I think he's just kind of chill. Like
Absolutely.
I don't think you really hear much from him. He dresses awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has great fashion sense, but you don't really hear much of him chatting or caring about where his stance is in the entire tight end ranking department. He is obviously Patrick Mahomes' go-to guy. They hang out. They're good friends, but there's good reason. That motherfucker's always open.
So good.
Feels like he's smarter than everybody else that he's on the field with. Can make every single catch. That first drive, it was like Patrick and Travis basically reminding people, hey, just a heads up. Remember on third downs and every big-time play last year, who was the ball going to? This motherfucker right here from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, I believe, with a sick fade,
Clean.
sick costume,
Good beard.
great swag.
Yeah.
That's who I go to every single time. Has had 1,000 yards for like the last 10 years or something like that. Unstoppable, that guy. But then they started getting to all of their playmakers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the first guy I seen with that new Power Ranger helmet on.
Yep.
He got pay dirt a couple times. Welcome to the fantasy football team, pal. McCole Hardman, still a guy. Sky Moore, all of a sudden a guy.
Good.
I mean, that team loaded, but I think if you're loaded and don't have a guy, who cares? Patrick Mahomes is like a super genius of football, I think. You pair that with Andy Reid, who has been there, done that with everything. God damn, the Chiefs are all the way. Not that they ever left. Not that they ever left.
No.
That's absurd.
144.2 passer rating for Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to Pro Football Focus for creating this. 5 tuds, 360 yards. The Chiefs are all the way back.
Yeah.
And it feels like last year was a down year for them. They lost to Cincy in the divisional round, I believe. No,
AFC
Championship.
21-3.
Nobody's talking about them.
No.
Buffalo Bills are the pain train. Buffalo Bills are on the opening night. Buffalo Bills do their thing. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce have been able to kind of sit down in the weeds almost, even though, golly, welcome back, Patrick Mahomes.
Plus Mahomes, I mean, he had Tyreek say what he said about Tua. Now who knows if that was a shot at Patrick Mahomes or not? Probably not. And then Sammy Watkins says that Aaron Rodgers is far better quarterback than Mahomes. So Mahomes has got some chips on his shoulder if he wants to, and Kelce was the most targeted out of that team. Number 2 was Juju, who he did fumble twice, lost one.
Whoa. You look good, Tony.
He did look good.
But now he's settling back into that nice little number 2 role that he thrives in. So, I mean, the Chiefs were fucking dominant.
Yeah, the Chiefs were dominant, and I don't understand why everybody doesn't do what Andy Reid does down by the goal line.
Yeah.
Every week it seems like there's some new fuckery, and it's not that they need the fuckery. They have enough talent as well, but you add in the fuckery plus the talent, it's an unstoppable force. This play they did yesterday with a little fake rollout outside pitch thing, underhand to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who was lined up at fullback for a dive to the left. I don't know if he stumbled on purpose or not, but gets out of the plate, stumbles Dahn out wide open.
Walking.
Cardinals are like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And then obviously we gritty and A-B dance at the same time. Think the A-B dance is going to become first down like Travis Kelce did.
Yeah.
Feels like that's probably going to be the move. But a rollout, sprint out, fake dive, pass under. How do you stop it? Everybody talks about third down in red zone being the most important and the hardest plays. Andy Reid always has some trick shot bullshit to go on. It seems to be unguardable. This Chiefs team was awesome to watch. But Tyreek Hill is faster than he's ever been. He's gone. How will the Chiefs react without having a one-of-one, a man who changes the math on the defensive side? They were just fine. And Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes reminded the world that, hey, in those third downs that were needed or fourth downs that were needed, red zone, whenever we needed something, the ball was going to Travis Kelce. Now everybody remembers the Wasp play in the Super Bowl where Patrick throws it up to Tyreek. Tyreek was very, very important to the Chiefs offense, but I think a lot of the players on the Chiefs, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid also, they wanted to prove, hey, we still got it. 5 tuds, 350 yards, 144.9 QBR. Balls were in buckets. Points were scored. Put that shit on. Do your dance, AB. First down. They were awesome yesterday. The Cardinals might suck, but the Chiefs were awesome yesterday, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, what a ball, though, right there. Just that clip you showed. Like, there's three different defenders trying to roll with Kelsey there, and Mahomes right just steps up into the pocket. No pressure, really. Beauty right over the linebacker's shoulder.
I love the fact that we're stealing these videos, clearly.
Yeah, it's perfect.
From some of those YouTube.
See it on the bottom.
No, we requested these.
No, we requested these videos, couldn't get the videos.
pay for it.
We'll do old school steal videos in a legal fashion. I mean, that's what we're doing. Patrick Mahomes, though, and that Chiefs team, unbelievable. Defense, also good.
Yeah, very good. And I thought that, there was a chance that after everything with the Cardinals, maybe they come out and they're just guns blazing because of the Kyler stuff and everything. And they got shut down the entire game. Like, there wasn't a moment
Who's
similar.
that, Steve?
Spagnuolo,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Another year in the system, right?
Yeah,
Remember, it usually takes time, though. It's so complicated. We talked about it last week, I think. A lot of times his scheme, there's some growing pains, which there still may be. But, hey, they started out on the right track.
Well, last year they had a lot of those growing pains, right?
yeah.
So, and Justin Reed comes in, Tyrann Matthews out. He's kicking bombs.
I mean, is this guy Shohei Ohtani? Like, he's unbelievable.
This dude might be the greatest athlete of all time, Justin Reed. I'm going to say it.
Like, he's bombing balls.
Yeah, and he's paid as a safety.
Yeah.
He's not just a safety.
And he's a very, very good safety.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's not just a safety. He's fucking wealthy safety. Like a guy safety. And somehow, throughout growing up and becoming this monster safety, which most people have to, commit their entire life to, he figured out how to have a cannon. So he had to play soccer a lot. He hit this kickoff 80 yards, AJ. 8 people, probably 10 people. Yeah, probably 8 guys in the NFL could do that. Kickers.
He did an
Full-time
NFL
kickers.
game. An NFL game, too, not just sitting at a park somewhere in Illinois. Like, he did this in an NFL game when it truly mattered.
Yes. Hit an extra point, missed an extra point. I talked to him a little bit afterwards. I don't want to reveal our conversations, but I told him, I don't want to say what he said back. He was trying to, the second one, first one's like, who gives a fuck? Then it ends up so well. Natural, whenever you're doing something as tedious as kicking, you try to duplicate that one. So you start to figure out what you did on the last one. Might overthink a little bit, might try to aim it. Always going to leave your hips open whenever you do that because you're not fully committing to it. He still murdered the ball.
Yeah.
It was like, that's the little stuff that like kickers are like so robotic and can do. But I assume if Justin Reed worked on it, I don't know, a week, maybe 2, he'd be able to figure it the fuck out. When you got that type of leg strength, you can miss-hit a lot of makes. He's unbelievable for that team, AJ.
Yeah, and how many, but like we said before, though, Cardinals lay an egg their first game, or they run into a buzzsaw in the Chiefs, and there's 5,000 jokes. I guess they needed more than 4 hours of study time, the whole team. Like, everyone just makes these jokes.
No, they got rid of that.
Yeah.
That's not in there anymore.
Remember?
You're right.
Remember?
It's gone. You're right. It never happened.
Yeah, Call of Duty stinks now.
That's right.
Ty, it never happens.
Never
Ty.
happened. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's not on the contract anymore.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
It
If
was-
it's not on paper, it's not in the world.
Well, it's not a piece of information that we heard, and then anytime something like yesterday happens, we go, "What the?" That's probably why.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy hates watching film.
Oh, this guy doesn't know what the defense is going to do. Oh, what is the problem?
Complicated Spagnuolo defense. Couldn't figure it out.